everyone, I am Plankera, and today I'm going to continue cutting out this art of Shalom from Path to Nowhere, and hopefully today will be the last day of cutting. I'm still going to have to do final checks and stuff tomorrow, but hopefully this will be the last day that I actually cut stuff out. So let's see. There's just a couple of parts left to do. There's the triangles up here, and then there's the feet. Okay. And so part of what was making this tricky was that I needed to figure out what exactly I was going to do to make it so I could make it spin. But I think I have an idea of how I'm going to do that. Alright. So let's just hide all the layers that I'm not going to be working on right now, and I'll go ahead and finish extending this now that I have an idea of what I'm going to do. Frankly, when it comes to getting this to spin, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to do my best. But you know, I'll never learn how to do it if I don't try, so let's see what I can figure out. I did try to look up some tutorials, but I could not find any, so I'm going to have to go based on memory of the occasional things I saw on Twitter. And that was with Live 2D, not Enochi 2D, so it's okay. It's a reasonable approximation. Sometimes when trying to figure out how to do something in Enochi 2D, I look up how people do it in Live 2D, and I can get a general idea. The way parts of it work in Enochi 2D is a little bit different, but a lot of the logic is the same, especially with cutting and how to move stuff around. So that's what I'll be doing. But I am looking forward to finally having all this cut out. It's been, what, a good 20 streams that I've just been doing this? I'm surprised that I'm still sane. But that's just what this process entails. It's a lot of very slow, very detailed work. And a lot of it is kind of tedious. But personally, I find it kind of fun. But I do think that you need a degree of masochism in order to be an artist, so it shouldn't be that surprising. It's like I describe it as masochism, but I don't think that's quite what it is. It's more of when you're doing something that's really worthwhile, you can tolerate a lot of pain. So it's not really about enjoying it, it's tolerating it. 100% tolerating it. Just do your best. There are definitely parts to even my artistic process that I do not particularly enjoy, but I do it anyway because I enjoy the result. The end makes the pain worthwhile. And that's all there really is to it. Zoom out a click here. There we go. So I remember a lot of the colors here being kind of banded like this. So I'm keeping it kind of like that. So I think something like this should be okay. Alright. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Let's just get the lines back on. And so I think how I'm gonna do this to try to make it so I can make it spin is I'm gonna have my 2 triangular layers here duplicated. And then hopefully I can just have one... Yeah, duplicated and then a mask that I can clip them onto. And so hopefully while one is kind of rotating off the edge, the next one can be looping back around. I'm not sure if this makes any sense without me being able to demonstrate it, but... I'm trying. It's a bit hard to describe. But it makes sense in my head, I assure you. I do think half of being an artist is having things make sense in your head, and then bringing them out in ways that other people can understand. At first it's gonna make sense in your head. Nothing's gonna happen if it makes no sense in your head. Alrighty. There's the top one. Now we extend you. I'm terrified. Okay, how did I extend this exactly? I think I kept the corners. Like if I'm looking up at the top one here, I kept the corners, right? And I just... yeah. So that means... here. Let's grab this color. What I'll be doing is I'll be keeping the same corner here. And I'll just have it go up like this. And I'll connect it through here. Just a straight triangle across there. That should be fine. That should be fine. Because it'll be covered by this part. Or this part. Yeah. Oh, I didn't actually put you on top, huh? Do you have weird parts? No? Okay, well, I'll figure out the order in just a second, but regardless, this is how I'm extending this one. I'll just go get some colors in there, and then I'll worry about getting everything looking right and smooth. As always, one step at a time. Did I get that right? Let me just... there we go. Make sure everything's clean there. 'Cause that might actually be important later. It's like for a lot of these layers where a lot of stuff is going to be covered up for most of it, I'm not quite as picky. But for this one, I honestly don't know how much this part is going to be covered up versus not, so I'm trying to be a little bit more particular. Alright. Trying to be a little bit more particular, just make sure it's all nice and clean. Okay, so let's see. Just trying to get this angle looking nice. I figure it has to look at least a little bit nice since it may be visible. Oh yes, and good news, I actually slept decently last night. So I'm not completely suffering today, which is nice. Yesterday was kind of wild. Trying to do stuff while sleep deprived is always an adventure. It's okay, it's worth doing. You gotta do it. You can't just live your life a boring lump in front of the TV. That's no fun at all. I'm just trying to think of what I'll be trying once I start rigging this. I'm curious to see how much I've learned since the last time I've tried to rig something. It's been a little while. last thing I rigged was actually my model. And that was a while ago. I actually do have another bit of art that I drew and separated for rigging that I never actually bothered to finish, and maybe sometime I should finish that. If I decide I want to do another VTuber model rig, that might be what I make it of. Might as well finish the art that I have already made, right? Why didn't I do that for here? I don't know. I don't. I think I just really wanted to show the entire process. Like, that was art that I had already drawn a while ago. Whereas here, this is something entirely new. And so you get to see the entire process. Every little bit of it. Even the parts that aren't super fun. But I'm happy to show you guys the entire process and not just the cool parts or the parts that look interesting, just everything I actually do to make these things happen. Even if you're not necessarily interested in making VTuber models yourself or drawing or whatever else, I hope you find the process enjoyable to watch. I know that I like watching people make stuff, even if it's something that I have no intention of making myself. Like, yesterday I mentioned that I enjoy watching people decorate cakes. Cake decoration is pretty rad. But I have no desire to do that myself. So I'll just appreciate what they do. And continue doing what I enjoy doing. I think that's kind of how it has to be. Like, I don't think it would be quite the same if everybody could do everything. You gotta have people that, you know, can't do certain things, so they can appreciate the people that can. And with, as many diverse skill sets that exist in humanity as there are, when we all work together, it means that we can build lots of really cool things. And just look at civilization. Like, you can knock it for being kind of terrible sometimes, but, like, the way humanity has developed and the stuff that we've been able to build is really amazing. And you just look into some of the technology that goes into some of this stuff, it's seriously incredible. I just always wonder who, you know, got some of these ideas. It's like, it's one thing for, like, certain amounts of logistical things, for example, of thinking that we should be able to move things from point A to point B. And making sewer systems or that kind of thing. But then you got the super complicated stuff of just, how did we discover some of these smelting techniques, and how did we get the idea to burn, like, coal or the liquefied remains of dinosaurs in order to make energy? Like, that's rad as hell. Well, somebody had to come up with that idea. I certainly couldn't, but someone did. That's why I say there's something everyone can do. You just gotta find the thing that you want to do. And I hope you do find it. Really, come talk to me about whatever you enjoy doing. I want to hear about it. I want to see all your creative projects. I feel like my outro only scratches the surface of what's out there. Well, there's probably so many things that I'm just completely unaware of that people are doing, and I'm sure they're very cool. And I've got trains in the mind because of an original character of mine. And also because I was playing Factorio with my husband earlier. We were building trains and figuring out how train stops work. It was a good time. I know I don't talk about video games much here, but I do enjoy quite a lot of them. There we go. That should be good. I don't think we need to get it too smooth. Gotta get the lines back in there. Just excuse me while I get quiet while drawing these strokes. I always have a little bit of trouble. And so I really have to think. Oh, that doesn't look very good. Let's try again. Let's just try again. Man, cannot draw these lines today. Okay, let's take it slow. Apologies for being a bit quiet there. I need to focus. Lines. They continue to evade me. And probably will forever, because this is not something I ever intend to really get good at, so to speak. I mean, my style doesn't use line art, and I don't want it to. I don't want it to. So that's why I'll probably never be able to draw super good line art. That's okay. I don't need to draw super good line art. Some people can do amazing things with lines. I am not one of them. Like, I've seen some super stylish stuff with good line work, and oh, I really love looking at it, but I don't want to draw it myself. Oh, it kind of ties back to what I said about being able to make something versus being able to appreciate it. And it's like, I won't make anything with intricate or stylish line work, but oh, I will enjoy looking at the people that do make it. Okay. So now I just have to figure out this part. How am I going to do this part? So I currently have it sitting underneath this top layer, which is probably okay. Let's go ahead and extend it like this, I guess. Maybe not that angle, but that's the idea. It'll just give me a little bit more space to do things. I don't think I need too much extension, but I want to be ready. I am entering new territory here, so I'm erring on the side of having too much than too little. So since this is underneath, I should just be able to pull this out like this. And there should be no problem. Yes. I'm not sure if I can... No, it looks like I can. I wasn't sure if I could pull out this blue part, but it looks like I can. I'm going to start with this, and we'll blend that in. Blend this. Get this looking good, and then I'll worry about, like, the blue center part there. One thing at a time, as always. Only make one stroke at a time in the end, after all. There we go. Let me see, it looks like there's still a little hole right here. So we'll get that. Can't let any holes continue to be. And then on the original, these kind of blended together, so I'm going to do that. Okay, and now I can worry about this blue part, which I will extend kind of at the same angle, just to give me a little bit more room. And I think I can get away with this. Let's check. Yes, I can. Exactly as planned. And this part I may not really need to blend, because I think this is just how it looked in the original, like that. Okay. Let's see here. This doesn't look like it's lining up correctly anymore. I don't know, is that just how it looked? Okay, I have to think. Did I change an angle somewhere? Because this doesn't look right anymore. I mean, I know strictly speaking, yes, but I thought all the parts that I changed were covered up thoroughly. Let me double check the original. That might help me figure out what the problem is. Did that turn on? Oh, I cut it directly out of it. Okay, that's unfortunate. This is what I normally copy. Well, let me check my unupscaled reference and see if I can figure out what's going on here. Did I just darken this part too much? That might be it. Let's take a look. Let me get the color from the original here. Oh yeah, there's a little highlight right there. That's probably what's messing things up a little. Alright, let's put that little highlight back in. There we go. That's a bit better. And we'll just pay attention to this little highlight here. Get it just right. And then I have to think about how I want to kind of extend that over. It'll probably be something like this. Kind of connect it over to this side. I'll draw it from the corner directly. That should be a little bit easier than whatever I was trying to do before. There we go. And then I'll just color in the entire top to be this color. That should be fine. Just make sure that little highlight exists wherever I need him. And then I'll just go back and forth as I need. Get all these parts exactly where I think they should go. There, and hopefully something like this will work when the time comes. And then I can make it spin. Alright. So let me duplicate all these layers. Actually, I don't think that one needs a duplicate. Yep. Oh, where did my original duplicate go? Whatever. 'Cause this one does. This one does. This one does. And this one does. And actually, yeah, these light parts are going to need a copy as well. Oh, where's the... Did I accidentally remove something? Wouldn't there be a bottom one? Oh yes, there you are. Phew, I thought I messed something up and deleted some layers for a second there. Okay, so we have the copy. I don't need a copy of you. Okay. So hopefully this will let me attempt my spinning idea. I hope. Don't know where it's gonna go yet, but we'll find out. In the meantime, it is time to finish off her feet. For that, I'm gonna hide skirt layer. Okay, so I don't plan to do too much with this. That's why I'm pretty sure I can get it done today. I don't have these all... Okay, no I do. This is here. Okay. So, this is where I have to get creative. How exactly is this gonna work here? Alright, I'll start with this foot. And I think... Oh, what do I think? Thinking is hard. Alright, so it probably comes up like this a little bit. Although I do need to make sure that I leave room for, like, the fleshy part. So it does seem like what kind of joins up into here. And then... Let's take a look at the original. Right now I'm trying to conceptualize what this shoe looks like underneath her skirt. And it looks like it probably just connects up there. Do I have a better shot in some of her other art? I do, actually. That's great. Okay. So yeah, it looks like it just comes up. Okay, and she does have like a little anklet around her feet. But at the very least, this part is here. I may just leave the anklet out. I may or may not draw it. We'll see. So I think I can just fill it in like this, and this will be entirely correct. I do not think I need to draw anymore. I just need to, you know, smooth out the top and make sure everything looks nice through here. But I do think that this is the only thing underneath there. But which is nice. Okay, now I figure out how to kind of put her foot in it. I don't think I intend to do too much with this, but I want to extend it just a little bit. So her foot will do something like this, and I'll bring it up to the cape, and we'll leave it there. Something like this. Nice and easy. We're not going to make this complicated. And I think that's sufficient. Just need to blend it all. And this is why I said I was pretty sure I could finish the feet today. Just because I did not intend to do too much with them. When you don't intend to do too much with them, the whole process goes really fast. It's very nice. Nice thing to end on. Something just straightforward and simple. Alright. Oh no, I guess I should do the underneath part too. Before I start blending it all out. Not too much going on down here, but there's a little bit of stuff, so we'll make it pretty. Relatively speaking, of course. There we go, that should be good. That should be just fine. And then I'll just smooth, blend everything together. Fill in all those pesky little holes. Might keep showing up somehow. Would you look at that? It's all just coming together. We'll be done soon. Can you believe it? It's been about a month. And I'll finally be done cutting the art. Takes forever to do this stuff when it's just in one layer like this. I don't really think I need to get it all the way around, but I do want it on the sides. There we go. That should be fine. Alright. So I think that's one foot. I want to see how they all look together because in the original it was all just kind of black between the feet, and I kind of want to keep that effect. But I do not think I have it in the current state. Yeah, because the artist just did it like that, where I guess I won't be. Oh, that's okay. Is it like that? Let me take a look at my other reference. Yeah, they do kind of wrap around the ankles there, so I should keep it like this. Just make it look a little bit nicer. So in theory, this should kind of do something like this. That's probably about as high as I need it to go. That should give me plenty of room to do what I want. just get up in there. Okay. Maybe get something like this just to kind of try to keep that effect of the blackness between the feet there. Something like that. Yeah, I think that looks alright. I just gotta smooth it all out. Oh yeah, see how quick this is going? There's just not much to draw here. I might even be able to start my final checks today. Do the final checks on the head. That part will probably be the most time consuming just because the head is the most important part with the most amount of stuff cut. But here I am thinking about what I'm gonna do in like 5 minutes instead of focusing on what I'm doing now. What I'm doing now is just so easy, it's kind of hard to stay focused on it. I can't help it. Like I said, I blame playing chess. Alright. I'll just... Looks like this is all just a solid color. I might put a little bit of the leg color from the other side into this. Oh yeah, it looks like this actually goes more like this. You can see the heel here. So I'll follow that. But with all this being in shadow, I might just keep it like that. There. It'll save me a bit of trouble. And I don't think this part is important enough to really warrant it. Yeah, and that foot is further in the back, so that's probably all that effect is. Alright, and if I turn on the skirt, everything looks great. Alright, I think that's all I'm going to do for the feet, so let's get started with checks. This is where the real pain starts. So what I always like to do when I'm doing checks like this, we actually had the back hair too, is first I go through and I check the layer names. Alright. So I mess up my workspace a bit. We make this... Actually, you know what might be easier? Keeping this right. Yeah, let me set this back. Right there, yes. Bring this down, and bring this down. Get my thumbnail back. 2 rows. There we go. Okay, and I think what I'll do instead is I'll just pull it out. Yeah, that definitely makes more sense than whatever I was trying to do before. This way I don't mess everything else up. Okay. So first things first. I want to check the names of the things. I'm just doing the head right now, so... Oh, no, I didn't want you up there. Down here. I dragged it up a little bit too high, now it's all wonky. Oh, alright. Come on. Yes, I know. Please let me edit my box, thank you. No, just... let me grab it, thank you. Stop trying to make me put it places, I just want it big! Just want it big and over here where I can see both my picture and the layer panel. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Well, that was a thing. And I apparently set something to multiply. There should be absolutely nothing on multiply here. Okay. What layer did I have selected? I got randomly selected to multiply. I don't know. Okay. So right now, the first thing I'm doing is I'm checking the names of the layers. Like, the names of my groups don't matter, but I do need to make sure that all of these are properly named and that they reflect left and right properly. Typing. So I'll be reading somewhat. So that might mean I'm a little bit quiet during this. So I do apologize for that. But I do need to make sure that I read everything and that the layer order is good. There's a lot of little things going in my brain, through my brain right now. Yes, that's definitely a back hair. Although, do I want to call it... Yeah, this is not named... well... I probably want to call this... Yeah, I should have a more consistent naming scheme for this. It should be hair. Yeah. I didn't name these well. So the way I'm thinking about this when I'm naming these things is when, in the parameter panels, when I'm going through and looking for parts to change and copy and paste and all that, they're in alphabetical order. So by naming it with a consistent front word, they'll be all grouped together and I can find them more easily. This should be hair bang, I think. That's okay, that's why we do these checks, just to make sure I was thinking correctly when I named them initially, which is not always the case. That was... oh no. Back hair. Back is not... because back hair is going to be the very, very back. The part that goes behind her. So what do I call this instead of back? Behind, maybe? Ear is fine. Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking about when I... oh shoot. Me trying to... okay, it is still behind. But this is what happens when I try to talk and type at the same time, so... but I don't want to leave you guys without any commentary or anything, just sitting there watching me type. That doesn't sound entertaining at all. It's like this is a very necessary step, but... okay, we are getting into the right side now, right? Yeah. Kind of funny seeing the head again. It's been a while since I've really looked at it. Oh boy. Shoulder clump, huh? Thick shoulder clump versus... Okay. We'll just put hair at the front then. So this should be fine for thick shoulder clump. Yeah, I think that's a fine name for those areas. And I'm just describing you as side hair, I guess. I guess that's fine. Do I want to call you side hair? I'll call you thin shoulder clump. Just to be a reasonable descriptor. For a little bit of consistency. This way I know exactly what I'm talking about. Go. Why did the opacity get messed with on these? I must have accidentally done something with the scroll wheel. That makes sense, but unfortunate, but I have a random apostrophe there that I don't want. I have two with the same name here. Rear side main loop. Neither of these are really loops. But you're more loop-like, if I recall. Yeah, you're the strand. This is exactly why I do these checks. Because some of them are not named well, and I would be very sad if I brought this in the rigging program and attempted to rig it with some of these being named wrong. I'd get used to it, but shoot, I was talking and trying to type it again. Okay, so this is back. See, this is why I don't normally talk and try to type at the same time, but yep, okay, there we go. So let me go and make sure that these are the parts that I expect them to be. Well, this is... Yep, this is all on the right side. Or left. Layer order looks good at least. I'm glad I figured all that out earlier, so I don't have to worry about it now. Good job, Passme. You're helping me out. Alright. How many layers are there in this anyway, now that we're done separating? 358. Yeah, that sounds about right. 300 layers to go and check. Fun times. That's gonna take a little while. I may not be able to do all of it in a 2-hour session tomorrow. even with the extra time that I'm getting today. Shoulder clamp. Okay. Some of these cuts feel a little bit awkward, so hopefully it'll all work out and look good. I'm a little bit afraid. If I need to edit things, I can. Not the end of the world if I have to come back into Krita and really just try again. I guess since I'm doing hair, I might as well just do all the checks on the hair parts. Okay. So here's where I check for dirt. The first thing I do there is I zoom out a bit, and then I just select opaque on the layer I'm checking. This is a pretty good way to see if there's any stray pixels anywhere, because if there are, they'll be selected. But you can see I haven't seen any ants, as they're called in some circles, dancing around where they don't belong. I do remember doing a pass on cleaning up the hair earlier in the process, so hopefully I actually did get a lot of it. That would be very nice. So if I did, then that means I have less to do here. But so far so good. Oh, nope, there's one. So you can see the ants picked up something. So I get a good idea of where it is, and then I can go in and erase it. This way my art mesh will not freak out once I bring it into the rigging program. Okay, a little bit right here. Admittedly, I did consider doing this just off stream, so you guys wouldn't have to suffer with me, but no, I actually do think that showing the entire process is important, so that includes the less attractive parts, the boring parts, the parts where I'm just clicking through every layer and making sure that there aren't stray pixels. Because, I mean, this is something that you have to do if you want to make it good. You gotta go through and just clean up all the stray pixels. So you don't want any while you're trying to rig it. Otherwise, things just become a bit of a mess. Just a little bit right up there. And a little bit around here. Like, I could probably pull some shenanigans in the art mesh, but it's just easier to take care of it all here. This way when I get into the rigging program and I'm trying to do all this complicated stuff, I don't have to worry about any mistakes I made over here. This is just all correct, all looks good. Alright. Now we just keep going. There were a lot of stray pixels on that one. There haven't been too many. That's good. I did a good job of cleaning the hair earlier. Okay, nope, that looks good. Okay, yeah, I did a good job of cleaning the hair earlier. Alright, so now I'm gonna go check for holes, and to do that, I hide every layer. And I look through them one at a time. The ants help a little bit with that, but I'd like to just go through each one, look at it at 100%, and then zoom in very close. And I do it on all the backgrounds. Just to make sure all the edges are smooth. Nothing looks too off. And yes, I will be doing this for all 358 layers. That's why it takes a while. But you can see it doesn't look like there's any holes or anything. Because otherwise I'd be seeing neon green or white or what other color just show up through there. Okay. Let's see. That looks a little bit off there. Let me just clean up the top here. You are locked. You are no longer locked. Okay. And I'll probably be a little bit heavier on the perfectionism on the head layers. So for once I get lower on the body, I probably won't be doing this quite as thoroughly. Just because, I mean, it would take an eternity if I was scrutinizing every single layer quite this hard. Yeah. I kind of figured that there'd be a few areas where I had some bad cuts. There we go. But that's why I have all these different colored layers to kind of help me notice these things. And hair is really important, so I'd like to get that really well. Alright. Yeah, I just don't like the way this line looks right now. We're approaching the final stretch. This is where I have to get everything looking exactly the way I want it, so if something looks bad, I should go fix it or forever hold my peace, so to speak. Yep, I'm just looking pretty closely. I'm trying not to get too complacent. And because it can be really easy to do. It's like I'm right at the end. I could load this into the rigging program right now. If I really wanted to. But I do think it's important to make sure everything looks good before I go and do that. At least on the important areas. Yep. Okay. It's okay, this is exactly why I'm doing this. Just, there we go. Just to clear some of those extra things and make it just a little bit more perfect. I'm sure there's a way to speed this up, but like I said, I'm not a very experienced rigger. I'm just learning. I'm still figuring this all out. See, this is why I use neon green. It's good for finding holes, because you can just kind of find a suspicious bright green area, and it's like, oh, well, that shouldn't be there. Oh yeah, there are lots of little ones on this one. I'm glad I checked it. Yeah, and down here, there's quite a few as well. Yeah, look at all that. That could have been bad. If you ever wondered what the neon green background is for, this is it. Where I go through and it makes it real obvious when there's some spots that were not filled in right. And then the black and white are good for edges that weren't cut right or weren't drawn very nicely. You can see around here they just weren't drawn very well. Okay, just had to fix that area since I had to fill in a hole there. And this strand had it all. This strand just was not very good. There we go. But now it is. Now I have fixed all the problems I had. Although I have one more right here. This line is a little too dark. It's standing out a bit too much there. There we go. That should fix that. Yep. Just right. Some of these strands aren't especially important, so I won't be scrutinizing them too heavily, but yeah, there's a little problem right down here. Just a little one. Layers locked. Why are all these hair layers locked anyway? I guess I did have to do a lot of redrawing on them. It makes sense. And then I generally lock it when it comes time to smooth it out and stuff. Alright, so for the curious on what I tend to be looking for with each color, neon green is mostly for holes. But I mean, if I see anything that I don't like the looks of, I just fix it regardless of which color I'm working on. But in general, neon green helps me spot holes. White helps me spot mistakes in line art and thickness. And black helps me spot mistakes in cutting. Yeah, like right here. Where there's like some extra light pixels on the other side of the line art and stuff. And then the gray is just what I prefer to work on, so... Well, that should give you some idea of what I'm looking for at each step here. Black can also be used good for holes, but mostly it's for edges and stuff. Alright. No, that's fine. See, just making sure everything is as I want it to be. So I'll probably be mumbling about whether or not things are good. Most of them have been pretty good so far, so haven't had to make too many corrections. Yep, there's a spot though. Those little tiny spots. And just hanging out where they shouldn't be. Now that one's gonna be hard to fix on a black layer. Let me see if I can see it on the white layer. If I can't, then it's probably not that big a deal. Okay. So let's see. I think that's actually right. I think there's a little highlight there. Yeah. Some of these weirder shapes are a bit harder to spot things on because I'm... like, they don't look like anything when I'm in the process of working on them. So it's easy for little mistakes to pass by. I've already checked for dirt and I can trust the work that I did on that already, so... This is where I regret all the layers that I make. It's okay, I'll probably be feeling that pretty hard too when it comes time to rig it. But I'll be able to make cool effects, so hopefully that'll make up for it. And then I can make the hair shake nicely and have fun physics, and it'll be fun to look at, and then I'll feel better about all my life choices. For making things hard for myself at this stage. It looks like I feathered out the edge here, so I won't worry about that. So it's like I gotta tell myself to hang in there. Do it for the cool hair physics. Do it for the cool hair physics. Do it, Plankera. I know I can, but it doesn't make it any easier. To just slowly go through all the layers, making sure they're named right, making sure they're cut right, making sure there's no holes. Just all this stuff. Yeah, I was going backward. There we go. It's okay, mostly through the hair layers. There aren't too many left. I don't think it's worth it for this tiny strand, but... I say that, but it's like, can I trust that it's not actually worth it and I'm not just being lazy? Fine, I'll be good. I'll be good. Be good and get rid of the stray pixels and the line art that was looking a bit wonky. Are you logged? Okay, no, you're not logged. It's like I've put this much work into it already. I don't want to get lazy at the very end and make a mistake that could have been very easily avoided. If I had just worked on it a little bit more. Everything I do here will affect the quality of the final rig. Now, at least on the symmetrical ones, I only have to check half of it. I have to check the name on all of them. But when it comes to checking for pixel dirt and holes and all that stuff, if it's truly symmetrical, I only have to check one side. Unfortunately, the hair, not symmetrical at all. So I have to check all of them. No, that's just what that looks like. Okay. Gotta check every single one. And there's a ton of hair layers. Holy cow. Look how many more I still have to go through. And the next is going to be the eyes. I mean, ideally, I get the whole head done today, and then I don't have to check the head tomorrow. And that'll speed up the process of just getting the most detailed part done. Because let's be real, pretty much everything on the body I can kind of, go less hard on. Oh man. I don't even need to go on black to see that little spot. we go. Okay. Oh, that's fine. But yeah, if I can get the entirety of the head done, that will speed up the process and make it more likely that I don't have to do more checks on Monday. So I'm gonna do my best. Fortunately, this isn't hard, just I have to really scrutinize it. And it can be easy to get distracted. This is where I kind of lament the fact that I can't listen to something else right now. Like, I do enjoy my soft piano music, but listening to something a little bit more mentally stimulating is nice for something as just completely brain dead as this. So hey, if I have any lurkers, if you'd like to come say hi and help keep me sane while I do checks, I'd appreciate it. And I'd be so happy. I'll talk to you about anything. Just trust me, my brain is not in the art right now. It doesn't need to be. Oh, and right through here too. Man, I missed quite a few. Yeah. Okay, this is a good example for why I do these checks. Look how many little holes were in this. I definitely have to make sure I have all those filled in. It would look very strange on the final rig if I didn't fix all that. Let me go back to gray so I can get the line art color there, because that's not drawn right. Okay. Yeah, that one was, I had quite a few little issues, so that's why I do these checks. Because it's like, even if they're small like that, they do stack up and they become much more noticeable when it's moving. Like, it's one thing to say that, oh, I don't think that these little stray pixels that you're worrying so much about are that big a deal. But trust me, you would see them much more clearly when they're moving. And exporting things into GIFs and stuff like that would make it even more noticeable, just because GIFs do lower the quality of the image. And so if there's already some issues, that would just exacerbate it. All right. Yeah, so I'll just be going through this for a while, and trying to think of some interesting stuff to talk about when it comes to, like, art and stuff. Oh, I didn't fill that in well, did I? But I think I got most of what I wanted to talk about out of my system yesterday when I was really tired. Just, hey, if you want to make the thing, go make the thing. Don't wait for good days, just do it. Any day is a good day for art. Even if your brain's not up for it. Like, once you get started, you know, Newton's laws apply. An object in motion stays in motion. Once you get going, you're just gonna go. Momentum is huge for creativity, I think. And once you stop for a while, it's really hard to get going. You have to actually, you know, apply that outside force, use that willpower and motivation to get things to start working again. So definitely do your best not to lose your momentum in the first place. Little spots right over here. A bit hard to see though. Let me see if I can fix this better on white. Not really, but I can at least see the lines here, so switching back and forth between them should let me get what I want. I just have to be very, very careful when I'm on black here. Yep, and a little bit of holes right through here. I'm pretty sure this layer's locked. Yeah. Where was it? There it is. Lost it for a second, but if I found it the first time, I'll find it again. But yeah, I can really feel it when I lose some momentum with creativity, because I was not feeling great for most of last week, and after stream I haven't been working on some of the just various other bits of art that I do for fun, just so I can have something to draw while I'm off stream without having to sacrifice, you know, being able to show you guys the entire process while I'm on stream. So I always work on a separate image. And I just haven't been feeling great this past week, so I haven't really been working on it. And I can feel the loss of momentum. It's been kind of hard to get back into it. So definitely covet your momentum. It's important. Make sure your creative time is yours. And try to really hold it close to your heart, because if you compromise, it's gonna start getting hard to get back. What is that? Did I just not blend that? That looks kind of bad. That's not even a hole issue or anything. I mean, there is a hole there too, but okay. I'll fix this. This must have been near the end of a session when I was tired. Because that was pretty blatant. I'm surprised I never noticed it. I guess it was just covered up and I never looked at the strands individually again. Well, okay, let's fix it now, I guess. Glad I looked. Glad I didn't get lazy. 'Cause that would have been a bit unfortunate. It still looks like there's a bit of a hole there, so let's fill that in. There we go. Admittedly, when I have to zoom in this close to see the holes, they're probably not that big a deal. But, I'm gonna go back to gray. Fix the line art. There we go. All better. But yeah, I've been having a bit of trouble getting my momentum back there. I've been playing games instead. As you do when you're lazy. I think it's good to do occasionally, though, because I do enjoy studying games. I'm not sure if the game I'm playing is great for study, though. I've decided to go try Wuthering Waves, and it's pretty much exactly what I expected it to be. I don't think it's a bad game, but it's trying way too hard to be Genshin Impact, and I wish games would stop doing that. It's like, come on guys, I know MiHoYo makes a lot of money, but you gotta do your own thing. The momentum. It applies to so many things in life. Genshin has way too much momentum for you to be able to take away any kind of market from them if your game is too similar. So just... stop it, please. It's just so sad because I'll put that in the list of games that I'm pretty sure was made because marketing saw dollar signs in their eyes when they looked over at Genshin and was like, okay, can we get that too? The answer is no. Absolutely not. At least not like this. Looks like this doesn't have any proper line art, so... yeah, that's not to say that I'm not having a good time, it's just... I mean, I can pretty much always entertain myself collecting flowers for a couple of weeks. Oh, hey, and that was even the last strand of hair. Nice. And yeah, what I was saying there, I can definitely entertain myself in those kinds of games for a while, just because running around and finding things is always fun, but it'll... like, eventually I'll just go through the content and it'll be time to play a different game. Alright. So I'm gonna start on the eyes here. Talk about this for a while before I go talking about other games and stuff again. So first I want to check the layer names, so I might get a little bit quiet again. I do apologize. Okay, we're on the right side, so this is alright. I want to make sure that everything is called right. Yeah, normally I would have more eyelash specks, so I was wondering, wait, where are the rest of them? But this isn't my art. This person did not draw eyelash spikes like I do. Yep. Okay, and this is a nice one because I already know that these are completely symmetrical. So once I know that the layers are named correctly, I only have to check one of them. So half as much work for me. Yeah, these were all named pretty well. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go back to gray while I check for stray pixels and stuff because that was starting to hurt my eyes. Zoom out a bit. Just to make sure that I can see where the stray pixels would be. Oh, this is not... okay. That this? This was you, right? No. Okay, that was just you. Okay, no, that's fine then. It's like I thought that was just the eye white because little hole in there would be bad, but no, it's not. It was shadow, and that can be that color just fine. All right. This one was done pretty cleanly. Very nice. And now it's time to go and hide all the layers. I'm gonna have to unclip this for a moment. And then I'll take them on one at a time. Yeah, I think that's okay. And that's fine too. Some of these are just gonna look like they have holes and stuff when they don't actually, they're just small. It's just kind of the hazard of tiny little layers like this. Common around the eyes. Just because eyes are always cut very detailedly because you want to make your eyes look really nice in your rigs. And to do that, you need a lot of layers in order to get those precise movements. Ah, that's fine. So you want to be able to move everything very precisely and independently. And to do that, you need layers, and that inevitably means that they get very small. Alright. So I was talking about what was making me sad about Wuthering Waves. Because as a game, you know, it's fine. It's totally serviceable. But when I see it, it's just like... so much of this I can see just corporate meddling, and the only reason it's really existing is because Genshin exists. And I don't really mind games with lots of similarities if they're done well. So that's not the part that really makes me sad. It's just, I played Punishing Gray Raven briefly. That would be the other game that that company made. And when I played it, I was like, oh, this is like one of the few gacha games I've seen where I could tell that this game existed because someone wanted to make a good game. And I don't feel that as strongly with Wuthering Waves. Where, you know, I just get the feeling that, or the impression that that game exists because Genshin made a lot of money and they wanted a piece of that pie. And there are some parts of it that just... It's so hard to describe because it makes the game sound worse than it is. But, of just things that were added because... not to make the game more fun, not because the designers wanted that feature to exist, but because it would probably make more money. And that kind of corporate meddling just always makes me very sad. Just, taking all these lovely, potentially creative projects that could exist and, turning it into a device to make money. That kind of also ties into some stuff that I talked about yesterday of me being sad about art being used as a means to make money as opposed to a creative means of just doing it because it's in your heart. And I don't think there's anything wrong with making money because of stuff in your heart. And I mean, games do have to make money. Absolutely. But there's just always a certain amount of heart in things. Like, when I play Factorio, I feel loved. Like, I can tell that the person that made that game, this is like the essence of their being. So much heart went into that game. And I can feel the love. And I do occasionally feel the love in Wuthering Waves, don't get me wrong, it's there. But I almost feel bad when it's there, because I'm just like, oh, I'm so sorry that you have to put up with all this other stuff, developer. I'm so sorry. You tried so hard to make something cool here, but it's just drowning in marketing. Saying, okay, but we have to do this now. And okay, but you have a deadline that prevents you from really fully realizing your cool thing. And it makes me a little bit sad. But this is honestly how I feel about a lot of games being developed with large budgets. Where it's something has been lost when there are so many people working on one game. It's no longer just a person that just really wants something to exist. It's... if this doesn't do well, then, you know, thousands of people are going to be out of a job. And frankly, in the current state of the industry, even if it does do well, thousands of people are going to be out of a job. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry to be a little bit cynical here. Oh, that's right. I never drew the body shadows of the hair. Oh no. Okay, I should do that. Let me check the name here. And then I'll do that as the last thing, because it's looking like I'm getting through the entirety of the head here. Headline. I'll name these hair too. Try to keep my naming scheme consistent here. What was this before? Side. Okay. Just being quiet while I type here. Okay, there we go. All right. And then we go through one at a time. Oh, I was not expecting to find striped pixels on this, of all things. Normally I check for striped pixels first. I should probably do that. Get them all. Okay. Oh yeah, that's why I check even before. Everything else, because it's like you never know when you're gonna find stray pixels. Sometimes it can seem really obvious, but yeah, there's stray pixels here too. Wonder how that happened. It's like those pixels show up where you least expect them. Alright. There we go. Now I can go hide all the layers. The hair shadows are kind of an interesting thing. That's fine. Little blob sticking out there. Well, maybe it's not fine, actually. I don't like it. It probably is fine, but it's bothering me, so I'm gonna fix it. You can see I didn't really feel the need to get it super smooth, but just having that little blob sticking out there, it's like I don't want to mesh that. Who knows what past me was even thinking of the blob like that. Alright. On the eye sockets, they're symmetrical, so I really only need to check one. I will do so. Just skip straight down to the head shadows. Honestly, I'm not sure why, because those are unique. And I don't need to do as much fixing there. Okay, cool. I'll go turn all the layers back on and put all the alphas back on. Alright. And so that's the head checked. But I probably should draw the hair shadows in the body. Yeah. I'm gonna go put my layer panel back in here. Alright. So, there's gonna be 3 different places this hair can cast shadows on. It's gonna be, or colors, I guess. It's gonna be the black of the coat or the necklace. It's gonna be her skin, and there's gonna be her shirt. I don't think I really want to draw 3 different layers for each of those. That sounds like suffering. So I'll go ahead and put something up here. Oh boy. Okay. Let's go turn on the original. And then... Huh. Were there not really any hair shadows? I mean, this looks like it might be one. Oh my goodness, am I gonna be able to... Yeah, like I see a little bit over here. But I really don't see any cast shadows there. Let me check my unupscaled version just to make sure I'm not going crazy here. No, there really aren't any. Oh man, oh that makes my life so much easier. Oh, I'm so happy. I don't have to draw hair shadows on the body. I might anyway, just because it looks good. But it means I get to make it up. Okay. I can do that. Let's see here. Find the strands that are going over there. Might be one where, unlike the face, I just kind of do it all in, well, probably 2 layers. And though no, those strands should definitely have their own if I'm going to do this at all. Okay. But this... No, not you. Okay, I'm gonna have to take a second to actually find these layers here. Myself a little bit more space in here. Yeah. Okay. we'll get these parts. I think I can get away with making all of these just one layer. Be somewhere around here. What layer am I coloring on? Because this should be underneath. Okay, glad. Got that quickly. Alright, I'm gonna see how this looks. And if I don't like it, then I'm just going to call that good and not worry about it. Might do this fairly quick and dirty at first. And then go and make it look good after, just to make sure I like it. Because I might not. I'm not sure yet. Okay, then we set this to multiply. Yeah, I think I like it. Looks good on the shirt, looks good on the skin. Might need to adjust the color just a little bit. Somewhere around there. Let me do it with the hair on for a second. This is one of those things where nice shadows can really elevate the hair physics, so I think they're worth drawing even though they're not necessarily in the original. Hey. Do it with the hair on first, and then I'll go in and clean it up with it off. So I guess I should name you. Yeah. Alright, give it a good name while I'm thinking about names. And I'll do a proper check on this tomorrow as well. Because I don't think I'm in a state where I can really trust myself to check this. Like, I don't think you can properly check something you just drew. Like, this was literally just drawn. It's not a check if you don't, sleep on it for at least an hour, I don't think. Okay. Now I'll do it with the hair off. And we'll just make that look good. Make sure everything's nice. Did I just turn you into an eraser? Why does this not like to recognize my clicks sometimes? It's a bit annoying. Okay. This will be clipped here. This is gonna have a million clipping layers in Enochi, but that's probably fine. Alright. Now I want to go grab those individual strands. I don't think I'm good. Well, no, I'll worry about that one too. Let's see. And then we just do this a few more times. So this is good. I have the entirety of the head checked, and I remembered I still had to draw some hair shadows. I completely slipped my mind just now. Until just now. Okay, we're gonna have to make this look good on normal. Otherwise I would just not see. Can't really see it on the black very well. That must be why there's no hair shadows. I'll still draw them just because I do want to have that toggle where I take off the coat. Maybe I should be testing this on the shirt. I'll just take off the coat for now. Alright. Wow, looks like I'll be going to time today. It's been a while since I've done that. But I'm determined to get all this done. I still have it set to eraser. Being very particular about where they go because I don't want them to be too strong. I don't want it to be too strong. And I'm not worried about it looking weird and overlapping here, because that's something I can fix very easily in Inochi 2D. It's something you kind of have to pull shenanigans on for Live 2D, but no, super, super easy in Inochi 2D. Alright, I think there's just one more little strand on that side. Right here. Actually, no, I still need you selected. Where are you? There you are. I need that selected so I can put the color in. Alright, then we'll go in there. And look, this won't take that long at all. It's amazingly simple. Okay. Hide the head. Make sure it all looks nice. No problem at all. Alright, now I can start getting the shadows for that side. Yeah, so I'll do 3 here. Make sure I have the right layer name. It's like I didn't completely separate it the same way I did the hair for this one. But I think I can afford to for this one just because there's one big clump and then there's the 2 strands that I'd want to have separate anyway. So we'll just do it like this. And just be very, very gentle about it. Very gentle. Because after all, there were no shadows in the original. So I don't want to have too many. But I do want it to be nice and soft around the edges. We'll be putting a little bit onto this side. Not a lot, just a little. Just enough to kind of make the edges a little bit softer. Just enough. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Now I just need those 2 strands. Basically what I'm doing here is I select opaque on the strand that I'm trying to put shadows on. And then from there, I fill in the entire area with the shadow color. This means that the shadow will always be as big as the area that it needs to cover, so it will never be too small. And then from there, I just make it a little bit bigger and have it cover the places that I want it to cover. So that's the purpose of the select opaque there. One more. Just one more. Just one more. That's you, right? Yeah. I do try to make it cover the whole strand, just so it can very easily move independently. And it's not reliant on other strands. There we go. And then at the end I do just make sure that it looks nice. This way I can use it at any point in the strand. And I don't have to pull shenanigans if I need to use it at an unexpected point. I never like pulling shenanigans if I don't have to. Alright, I'll go ahead and turn all the layers back on, because I think we are done for today. I've done the first of what will be a long series of checks. Because there is a ton of layers. But there we go, it's all cut out and redrawn. So it's ready for the rigging program. I just need to make sure. Need to make sure I didn't miss anything. You know, like those hair shadows that I wanted to draw. Actually, there's one that goes on the coat from over here too. I should draw that as well. So we'll get one more. Where is that side? That'll be here somewhere. Oh geez, it's gonna take a while to find that. Oh, and I just find it. Nice. Okay. Where'd it go? Where did it go? Oh no, I just had it. I'm trying to get the name so I can name the shadow properly. Okay. I did just take off my drawing glove, but that's okay. I don't really need it. And here I'm not going to go all the way up because I'm never going to need the top part. This is more than enough. I'll just have it go like all the way up to her chin. Yeah. Here we go. Me just for getting all these poor little shadows. I'm sorry, little guys. But I remembered you in the end, right? That's what matters. In here, I'm not overly concerned. I'm just kind of trying to feather out the edges. There we go. There we go. Okay. But yes, okay, now we're done for real. I just need to check it. And with any luck, I'll be able to just knock that out tomorrow. And then we can start working on Monday, but if I can't, we'll start working on Tuesday. So. Well, thank you all for coming. If you'd like me to take a look at your own creative projects, whether that be art, writing, coding, game design, you know, anything you can think of, feel free to message me or at me at Twitter or Instagram, and I'll take a look and maybe leave some comments. I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.